Om Namo Narayana. Sarveshwara Sadasiva. Om Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Om Shri Rama Sharanam Mama. Shri Rama Sharanam Mama. Shri Rama Sharanam Mama. Shri Ramayana Sharanam Mama. Shri Ramayana Sharanam Mama. Shri Vashishtha Sharanam Mama. Shri Vashishtha Sharanam Mama. Shri Vishwamitra Sharanam Mama. Shri Vishwamitra Sharanam Mama. Shri Valmiki Sharanam Mama. Shri Valmiki Sharanam Mama. Shri Vamadeva Sharanam Mama. Shri Vamadeva Sharanam Mama. Shri Narada Sharanam Mama. Shri Narada Sharanam Mama. Shri Vyasa Sharanam Mama. Shri Vyasa Sharanam Mama. Shri Vyasa Sharanam Mama. Shri Sadguru Sharanam Mama. Shri Sadguru Sharanam Mama. Shri Sadguru Sharanam Mama. Sharanam Mama. Sharanam Mama. Respected friends, welcome you all. Salutations to you. Gratitudes for your presence here. Let both of us invoke the divine grace, the Lord's grace, the Guru Parampara grace, the Parabrahma Kripa, for our this holy endeavor of studying together our Shruti Smriti Purana Itihasa Shastra Adhyenam. Friends, Yoga Vasishtha Maha Ramayanam study we started on 22nd Jan when Sri Rama Mandira got inaugurated, on the very same day when we concluded our Adhyatma Ramayanam. So having studied for 1.5 years or so, from last 180 days or 6 months exactly, from the Vasanta Navaratri up to yesterday, Sharan Navaratri, Ashtami, today is the Navami, we were busy in studying uh, Sri Ramacharitamanasa Uttarakanda in Hindi. That's how we had to postpone this study of Yoga Vasishtha Maha Ramayanam. Maybe the Lord Vasishthaji, Bhagavan Rama wanted us to have a break. We had. Again, by their grace only, we are restarting the study of Sri Yoga Vasishtha Maha Ramayana Shastra from today. Today is the Sharan Navaratri, September 2025, date 30th, Navami. Tomorrow also Navami, day after is Vijayadashami, Dashahara. So, in fact, from August 5th, 2020 onwards, when Sri Ram Mandir inauguration happened, not inauguration, the Shankustapana. From then onwards, the Valmiki Ramayana, Tulsi Ramayana, Adhyatma Ramayana, Yoga Vasishtha Ramayana, almost every day, evening, these texts we went on studying. Valmiki Ramayana completely done, Yoga Vasishtha Maha Ramayana completely done, Tulsi Ramayana Parayanam done, and studies of Uttarakanda for 172 days. Yesterday concluded. Then the Yoga Vasishtha also for more than 1-2 years. Now we will restart in the sense where we stopped. From there we continue. Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayana Grantha is written by sage Valmiki ji. And this Grantha is the Sambhashana between Bhagwan Sri Rama and Vasishtha ji. Only one desire Sri Rama asked Dasharath ji, that I want to go for Tirtha Yatra. Vasishtha ji Dasharath ji organized for Rama the Tirtha Yatra. Rama went to Tirtha Yatra for a good period of time, came back. Few days he was normal, narrating everything which he had in the Tirthayatra, the darshanas. Then he became absolutely, slowly, steadily withdrawn. So much so that he stopped playing with his friends, he stopped playing with his brothers, going to the Rajya Sabha with his father. Even talking to people also he reduced to such an extent, even to call him for the bhojana also became so difficult. So much withdrawn he became. Nobody could trace what has happened. Nobody dared to ask. He says, I am normal and all. In the meantime, Vishwamitra ji comes to take Sri Rama with him for protecting the yajna. Dasarath ji first says no to send. On the telling of Vashishtha ji about the glory of Vishwamitra ji, Dasarath ji agrees to send. Then at that time they call Rama. In the meantime, about Rama's situation tentatively known. When Rama comes, he does proper pranams to everyone there, starting with Vashishtha ji, Vishwamitra ji, Vyasa ji, Narada ji, all of them were there, even our father Dasharatha. Then in that Sabha, seeing Sri Rama's situation, on the questions both of Vasishtha and Dasharatha, wherein, not Dasharatha, Vishwamitra, wherein Vishwamitra ji was very confident that whatever the questions Sri Rama has, he can answer. Then, one chapter or something, Sri Rama says, knowing that now Vishwamitra ji reintroduces Vasishtha and Rama as Guru and Shishya. Then the Rama is given the mic. Then around 15 to 16 chapters in the very first Prakarana of Vairagya Prakarana, Sri Rama, while having a Tirthayatra, not only had Tirthayatras, not only had the various upasanas and whatever to be done, he observed the whole outer world, inner world. Then he got such an amount of understandings led to the hollowness of the life world. Therefore, he became absolutely Vairagi, Paramaviragi. So, all that Rama's Vairagya of highest order is conveyed to Vasishtha and Vishwamitra and through them to all of us as if in that first Vairagya Prakaranam. Then, in the meantime, knowing that Vasishtha Rama Samvada is happening, all the great Jnanis, Bhaktas, Rishis, Jivan Muktas, Munis from the entire Bhumandala, and then that's called Bhuchara and then Nabhachara, Vyomachara, all the Rishis, Munis, they have assembled. It has become a great, great, glorious gathering. There, the Samvada started then. Vasishtha took up and started teaching Sri Rama so many things. And it started with the second Prakaranam, Mumukshu Vyavahara Prakaranam. We try to study every chapter, every shloka, not so detailed because we are very, childlike, we are very childish, we are very ignorant. It's a big, big, daring, courageous thing we have taken up of study. Myself here, which is sort of big, big Mahajnanis of all Upanishads also do not attempt to study this colossal text of 32,000 slokas in 6 prakaranas. Why Bhagavan Rama, Vasishtha, Valmiki, Vishwamitra, Vamadeva, Vyasa, Narada made us to study, we don't know. We studied up to the 12th chapter of the third Prakaranam Utpatthi. Then a big break came of 6 months. Today we are restarting. So after the Mumuksha Vyavahara Prakarana, then Bhagavan Vasishtha ji wants to teach to Rama the whole creation Utpatti, then the maintenance, the Sthiti, then Upashama, the dissolution. And all that Utpatti, Sthiti and Upashama will be taught by Vasishtha ji to Rama only to prove that never the creation has happened, never the maintenance, never dissolution. If at all something is there, it is one without second Brahman only. That will be the crux and essence of this entire study of 32,000 shlokas. There are so many condensed editions. I didn't find any of them. They are there. I didn't try. You know, whatever the main original book is there, we'll be chanting every chapter. We'll try to see how much we can understand. And I'm sure we surrender to Bhagavan Rama, Vashishtha, Bhagavan, Vishwamitra Bhagavan, and the author Valmiki Bhagavan. They will bless us to study at least little satisfactorily, if not all the entire depths and details. And assure while studying this, little at least the knowledge regarding the Bandha Moksha, regarding the Mithyatva of the Jagat, Satyatva of the Brahman, we may understand. Let us go slowly, steadily. Let us say daily 5, 10, 15 shlokas. Out of 32,000 shlokas, I think 4 or 5,000 we have seen. 28 and half thousands are there. So we will chant, we will see. So today the Prarthana mantras will be chanted because we are restarting. Then the 13th chapter of third Prakaranam, Utpatthi Prakaranam will be chanted. Then we start studying it. We will continue from tomorrow. You also, when you join for few days, I'm sure you will also be able to tune to what's going on here. With this little of introduction, let us start with the Mangalacharana Shloka, Sankalpa, Prarthana Mantras, Parayanam and study. Start. Om. 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 Om Sahanavavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsha Rishibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyah. Om Yairime Gurubhi Purvam Padavakya Pramanatah Vyakhyatāh Sarva Vedantāh Tānityam Pranatosmyaham. Om Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattvalyam Ramanama Varanane. Om Pujantam Rama Rameti Madhuram Madhuraksharam Aruhya Kavita Shakam Vande Valmiki Kokilam. Om Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrusham Tattvamasyadilakshyam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Parabrahmane Shrutimatre Samasta Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma Vidya Acharyebhyo Rishibhyo Munibhyo Gurubhyo देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि वामदेव वेदव्यास आदि समस्त श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्राणां रामायण शास्त्राणां आचार्यभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषद योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां शास्त्राणां मोक्षमार्गाणां गुरु शिष्य भक्त भगवत परंपरादीनां पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति शांति एकता प्राप्त्यर्थम अस्मिन् सनातन धर्म संस्थापने कंकणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां महानुभावानां गुरूणाम् आचार्याणां श्रेयोभिलाषिणां भक्त शिष्य साधक सेवक उपासक जिज्ञासु श्रोत्रोणां पूर्णायुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्य क्षेम स्थैर्य धैर्य वीर्य विजयादि समस्त शक्ति संपदा सानुकूलता साधना प्राप्ति बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुघ्न निर्मूलन द्वारा सनातन धर्म संस्थापने नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवत शिव कृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनरवाप्तितेषु निरन्तर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रुघ्न समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिकैन्दव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्षपुरुषार्थानां सुसम्प्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवद्देवता गुरुशास्त्र सत्संग साधना सेवा माता पितृदेश धर्म सनातन धर्म भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री राम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। श्री रामचंद्र परमात्मा श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्राणाम् आचार्य परंपरा समस्त राम भक्ताः रामायण आचार्याः महानुभावाः गुरवः अस्मान् अस्मिन् दिव्य कार्ये रक्षन्तु पालयन्तु पोषयन्तु प्रीणयन्तु समस्त भक्ति श्रद्धादि शक्तीन् प्रयच्छन्तु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम श्री आदिकवि श्री वाल्मीकि महामुनि प्रणीतः योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणम् मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम श्री महागणपति चरणारविंदाभ्यां नमः। मंगलाचरण श्लोक 5 minutes। ओम नमो ब्रह्मणे ब्रह्मविद्भ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वसिष्ठ विश्वामित्र व्यास वाल्मीकि शुकादिभ्यः श्री रामभद्राय च अजम अजरम अनाद्यनन्तम् अनंतर निज सुख बोध सद अद्वितीय पूर्णं शिवम् अखिल हृदि स्फुरत स्वमाया विकसित विश्व विलासम् आनता स्मः। ओम स्मृतिफलित समस्ताभीष्ट उद्यद्दिनेश प्रतिभट निज शोभा शांत विघ्नान्धकारं कमपि शिवं भवान्योरंक सौभाग्यवन्तः सुरमणिमवलम्बे चारु लंबोदराख्यं मुग्धस्मिताञ्चितमनोज्ञ मुखेन्दुबिम्बं स्निग्धामृत प्रतिमचारु कृपाकटाक्षम् अग्रेसरैरनुसृतं मुनिभिर्मुनीनां न्यग्रोधमूलवसतिं गुरुमाश्रयामः। त्रिभुवनावन कृत्य कृतोदयः सदभया सद्भयामल बोधसुखाद्वयः सुजन गिरिगह्वर केसरी शरणमस्तु सदा नरकेसरी। दक्षे वराक्षवलया अभयं च वामे या पुस्तकं च ददति विधिनेत्रपेया सा शारदाब्जनयना शरदिन्दुशोभा भासा स्वया हरत मे हृदयान्धकारम्। ये नेत्राणि हरस्य यैर्जगदिदं प्रद्योतितं चेष्टते यत्रैर्वायतते श्रुतिस्मृतिनुतो धर्मः सशर्मोदयः। ये कालं कलयन्ति ये च परम स्वज्योतिरात्मोपमाः ते सूर्येन्द्वनला भवन्तु हृदि मे बोधाब्जिनी भानवः। वक्त्रेन्दुभिर्दिक्षु तमोहरद्भिर्वेदार्थसारामृतमुद्गिरन्तं वाणीभुजाश्लिष्टमभीष्टसिद्ध्यै तं ब्रह्मविद्यादिगुरुं प्रपद्ये। ॐ यद्वाक्यामृतपायिनां प्रतिपदं सत्यं सुधानीरसा यद्वाक्यार्थविचारणादभिमतः स्वर्गोऽपि कारागृहम्। यद्वाणी विशदात्मपूर्णमनसां तुच्छं जगत्तूलवत् तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। यस्यार्षं प्रथिता जगत्त्रयहिता सा वेदमाता परा यश्चक्रे तपसा वशे सुरगणान् असुरगणान् अन्यत् सिसृक्षुर्जगत् तं बोधाम्बुनिधिं तपस्वि मुकुटालङ्कारचिन्तामणिं विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहम्। श्रुत्या ब्रह्मैव रामः प्रकटितमहिमा येन तस्मै वसिष्ठः यः सीतां ब्रह्मविद्यामिव सदसि पुनः सत्यशुद्धां किलादात् यद्वाणी मोहमूलं शमयति जगद आनन्दसन्दोहदोग्ध्री तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्रीगुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नता स्मः। पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनैतकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरपि कलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ॐ श्रीराम जय राम जय जय राम 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 श्रीराम शरणं मम श्रीराम शरणं मम श्रीराम शरणं मम श्रीवसिष्ठ शरणं मम श्रीवसिष्ठ शरणं मम श्रीविश्वामित्र शरणं मम श्रीविश्वामित्र शरणं मम श्रीवाल्मीकि शरणं मम श्रीवाल्मीकि शरणं मम श्रीव्यासा शरणं मम श्रीव्यासा शरणं मम श्रीसद्गुरु शरणं मम श्रीसद्गुरु शरणं मम श्रीराम शरणं मम शरणं मम शरणं मम। Friends, let us chant the 13th Sarga of 3rd Utpatthi Prakaranam, which has 54 mantras. Then we will just try to start studying this chapter. Just be with us. Let Bhagavan Rama, Vashishtha Vishwamitra, Valmiki, Veda, Vyasa, Vamadeva, Naradari bless all of us. They will bless us if we have Shraddha, if we have Bhakti, if we have Ananyata. Start. Om Adha Tritiya Utpatti Prakaranam Trayodashaha Sargaha. The name of the Sarga is SWAYAMBHU Utpatti VARNANAM. Let us see. Om Vashishtha Uvacha Om Parame Brahmane Spare Same Rama Samastite Anutpanna Nabhastejaha Tamah Satta Chidatmani Purvaihi Chetyatva Kalanam Sataschetyamsha Chetanat Udeti Chitta Kalanam Chiti Shaktitva Chetanat Tato Jivatva Kalanam Chetya Samyoga Chetanat Tatosya Maya Kalanam Chetyaika Paratavashat Tato Buddhitva Kalanam Ahanta Parinamataha Etadeva Manastadi Shabda Tanmatra Kadimatu Uchunadanya Tanmatra Bhavanad Bhutarupinaha Ayam Itham Mahagulmaha Jagadadira Vilokyate Jhatityevam Krameneti Swapne Puramiva Krutam Mahakasha Mahatavyam Udbhuyodbhuya Nashyati Jagatkaranja Kunjanam Bijametad Avapajam Napekshate Kinchidapi Shitivaryanadikam Etat Chidatmakam Paschat Kilor Vyadhi Karishyati Swam Swapnavit Puramiva Chinvatratmakamiva Yatu Jagadadyankuram Yatra Tatrasthamapi Munchati Jagataha Panchakam Bijam Panchakasya Chidavyaya Yad Bijam Tatphalam Vidhi Tasmat Brahmamayam Jagatu Evameva Mahakashe Sargadau Panchako Ganaha Chichaktya Swanga Bhutatma Kalpitosti Navastavaha Anenochunatam etya yadapidam vitanyate tadapyakasharupatma kalpanatmani sanmayam kvachinna nama tatsiddham yadasiddhena sadhyate स्वरूपं यद्विकल्पात्मा कथं तत् सत्यतामियात् अथ चेत् पञ्चकं ब्रह्म ब्रह्मात्मकतया धिया तत्पञ्चकं विद्धि प्रौढः ब्रह्मैव त्रिजगत्क्रमः यथा स्फुरति सर्गादौ एव पञ्चकसम्भवः तथैवाद्येह भूतत्वे याति कारणतां स्वयम् एवं न जायते किञ्चित् जगज्जातं न लक्ष्यते स्वप्नसङ्कल्पपुरवत् असत्सदनुभूयते ब्रह्माकाशपराकाशे जीवाकाशत्वमात्मनि इति चित्यवदात्तात्मा पृथ्व्यादीनामसम्भवात् इति एष जीवः कथितः व्योम्निखात्मा इवोदितः जीवाकाशस्त्विमं देहं यथा विन्दति तच्छृणु जीवाकाशः स्वयमेवासौ तस्मिंस्तु परमेश्वरे अणुतेजः कणोऽस्मीति स्वयं चेतति चित्तया यत्तदेवोच्छूनमिव भावयत्यात्मनाम्बरे असदेव सदाकारं सङ्कल्पेन्दुर्यथा न सन् तमेव भावयन् द्रष्टृ दृश्यरूपतया स्थितः एक एव द्वितामेति स्वप्ने स्वस्मृतिबोधवत् किञ्चित् स्थौल्यमिवादत्ते ततस्तारकतां विदन् यथा भावितमात्रार्थ भाविताद्विश्वरूपतः स एव स्वात्मा सततोऽपि अयं सोऽहमिति स्वयं चित्तात् प्रत्ययमाधत्ते स्वप्ने स्वामिव पान्ततां तारकाकारमाकारं भाविदेहाभिदन्तथा भावयत्येति तद्भावं चित्तं चेत्यार्थतामिव परित्यज्यैव तद्बाह्यं ततस्तारककोटरे अन्तर्भाति बहिष्ठोऽपि पर्वतो मुकुरे यथा कूपसंस्थो यथा देहः समुद्गतगतं वचः स्वप्नसङ्कल्पयोः संवित् वेत्त्येतज्जीवकोणुके स्वरूपतारकान्तस्थः जीवोऽयं चेतति स्वयं तदेतद् बुद्धिचित्तादि ज्ञानसत्तादिरूपकं जीवाकाशं स्वतस्तत्र तारकाकाशकोशगं प्रेक्षेऽहमिति भावेन द्रढुं प्रसरतीव खे द्रष्टुं प्रसरतीव के ततो रन्ध्रद्वयेनैव भाविबाह्याभिदं पुनः येन पश्यति तन्नेत्र युगं नाम्ना भविष्यति येन स्पृशति सा वै त्वक् यच्छृणोति श्रुतिस्तु सा येन जिघ्रति तद्घ्राणं सस्वमात्मनि पश्यति तत्तस्य स्वदनं पश्चात् रसना चोल्लसिष्यति स्पन्दते यत्स तद्वायुः चेष्टा कर्मेन्द्रियव्रजं रूपालोकमनस्कार जातमित्यभिभावयतु आतिवाहिकदेहात्मा तिष्ठत्यम्बरमम्बरे एवमुच्छूनतां तस्मिन् भावयन्स्तेजसः कणे असत्यां सत्यसङ्काशां ब्रह्मास्ते जीवशब्दवत् इत्थं स जीवशब्दार्थः कलानुकलतां गतः आतिवाहिकदेहात्मा चित्तदेहाम्बराकृतिः स्वकल्पनान्त आकारम् अण्डं संस्थं प्रपश्यति कश्चित् जलगतं वेत्ति कश्चित् सम्राट् स्वरूपिणं भावि ब्रह्माण्डकलनां पश्यत्यनुभवत्यपि आत्मगर्भगृहं चित्तात् यथा सङ्कल्पमात्मनः देशकालक्रियाद्रव्य कल्पनावेदनं सततु भावयन् शब्दनिर्माता शब्दैर्बध्नाति कल्पितैः आतिवाहिकदेहोऽसौ इति असत्यजगद्भ्रमे असत्य एव कचति स्वप्ने स्वोड्डयनं यथा इति अनुत्पन्न एवासौ स्वयंभोः स्वयमुत्थितः आतिवाहिकदेहात्मा प्रभुराद्यः प्रजापतिः एतस्मिन्नपि सम्पन्ने ब्रह्माण्डाकारिणि भ्रमे न किञ्चिदपि सम्पन्नं न च जातं न दृश्यते तद्ब्रह्माकाशमाकाशम् एव स्थितमनन्तकं सङ्कल्पनगराकारं एतत्सदपि नैव सतु अनिर्मितमरागं च एतद्वै चित्रमुत्थितम् अकृतं चानुभूतं च न सत्यं सत्यवत्सितं महाकल्पे विमुक्तत्वात् ब्रह्मादीनाम् असंशयं स्मृतिर्न प्राक्तनी काचित् कारणं वा स्वयंभुवः तेन यादृक् स्वयंभूः स्यात् तादृक्तज्जगमिदं तादृक्तज्जमिदं स्मृतम् अनाद्यनुभवस्थितं योऽत्रास्ति वनिताधिके स्वप्नानुभूतं पृथ्व्यादि प्रबोधे यादृशं भवेत् स्मृतः स व्योममात्रात्मा सर्वदैव स्मृतं जगत् यत्र यत्र यथा तोये ध्रुवत्वं नाम भिद्यते तत्र तत्र तथा नान्यः सर्गोऽस्ति परमात्मनि सृष्टिरेवम् इयं प्रौढा सम एव तु अयं स्थितः भात्येव नाम ब्रह्माण्डं व्योमात्मेवाति निर्मलं दृश्यमेवम् इदं शान्तं स्वात्मनिर्मितविभ्रमं निराधारं निराधेयम् अद्वैतं चैक्यवर्जितं जगत् संविधिजातायमम् अभिजातं न किञ्चन परमाकाशमाशून्यम् अच्छमेव व्यवस्थितं सर्वसंसारता नास्ति यदेव तदवस्थितं नाधेयं तत्र नाधारो न दृश्यं न च द्रष्टृता ब्रह्माण्डं नास्ति न ब्रह्मा न च वैतण्डिका क्वचित् न जगन्नापि जगति शान्तमेवाखिलं स्थितं ब्रह्म इव कचति स्वच्छम् इत्थमात्मानमात्मनि चित्वा द्रवत्वात् सलिलम् इवावर्ततयात्मनि असदेवेदमा भाति सद्वेहानुभूयते विनश्यत्य सदेवान्ते स्वप्ने स्वमरणं यथा अथवा स्वस्वरूपत्वात् सदेवेदमनामयम् अखण्डितमनाद्यन्तं ज्ञानमात्राम्बरोदरम् आकाश एव परमे प्रथमः प्रजेशः नित्यं स्वयं कचति शून्यतया समोयः स याति वाहिकवपुर्न तु भूतरूपी पृथ्व्यादितेन न सदस्ति तथा न जातम् इति आर्षे श्रीवासिष्ठ महारामायणे वाल्मीकीये उत्पत्तिप्रकरणे स्वयंभू उत्पत्ति वर्णनं नाम त्रयोदशः सर्गः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Wonderful friends, we did our introduction. We did our introduction, then we have done our Shanti mantras, Mangalacharana shlokas. We also have done the Parayanam. So, all as this is happening, by the grace of the Lord, the study also slowly, steadily will happen. Point one. Point two, like in any sciences of the world, for that scientific knowledge to enter into us, we have to enter into the study of it. Mamaikyam, in one language we call it as Sanskrit way. Like, if I have to understand medicine, keeping myself objectively away from the medical studies, very superficially I will understand. If I want to go into the depth of understanding of it, I have to put myself fully engrossed into the subject of that medicine, isn't it? Or any engineering subject, or any computer subject, technological subject, any astrology or astronomy, or zoology, geology, botany, or mathematics, any of the sciences, even the cooking subject, sewing subject, even construction, building, etc. It's not just like that. Now, when an architect is making the plan of a building, Narayana, with the given land, the plinth area, etc., and the requirement of the ones who want to construct the house. Now, see how much he engrosses himself into that. That whole land, he will imagine with all its directions. In the sense, Is it square shape, elliptical, or rectangular, whatever? Then the plinth area. Then what they want, a six-storied apartment or any a duplex, and in that how many apartments. If it's a six-story apartment, how many flats, how many bedroomed. See that how he totally gets engrossed into it. Then only he will just make that plan. That's why they take 1 month, 2 months, 3 months to make that plan and give. And we see only that drawing and say, "Ye banane ke liye why you took 3 months?" No, no, it is so much it includes, isn't it? He'll have to plan everything. He'll have to engross in it. He'll have to calculate, the how much is the hall should be, the bedrooms, how many bedrooms, the kitchen kitna hona hai, entrance, portico, and empty space to be left for the government outside, the lawn area, the stair area, the lift area, the servant quarters, the kitchen garden. अरे एक थोड़ी होता है. The washrooms, the cupboards aspect. It's a big thing. He engrosses, puts himself into that and does it. So the doctor, when he does it a surgery, it's not that he just goes and cuts and that. Sabji katna thodi hota hai. He'll meditate on that. He will be engrossing himself. He'll be dissolving himself in that. So, which operation I am doing? A particular, let us say hernia. So, पूरा उनका हिस्ट्री लेंगे उनका हाइट वेट और मेल फीमेल then how to cut, what is that net to be put there, everything is kept ready. So consciously he meditates first on that, then cut ke whatever the problem is there, that puts it that mesh, and again he will have to stitch it so carefully, isn't it? Everybody, even a sabji wala, 4 o'clock, he'll have to go to the wholesale market. He'll have to look at, even in the wholesale market, there are the variety of qualities, variety of the costs of the variety of sabji, isn't it? And he is selling them in the hi-fi locality or a middle class or lower. Who are the purchasers? So according to that, he'll have to plan. तो एवरीथिंग इज नॉट बॉट एट वन प्लेस. इसमें बैंगन लेंगे, उधर टोमेटो लेगा, इधर प्याज लेगा, इधर और कुछ. इट्स अ बिग थिंग इन दिस वर्ल्ड. whoever are living life fully and enjoying doing and succeeding, they are engrossed in it. So too a Vyasa Bhagavan, engrossed in his writings. Shankara Bhagavan, engrossed in mission. His Puja Gurudev, engrossed in his work. Freedom fighters engrossing in their work. Sports personalities, cricket, anything. Totally they are into that. In the same way, if you and I have to, so many examples I gave to come to this point, if you and I have to understand Vedanta, that also deeply, that also very sublime texts like that of Yoga Vashishtha Maha Ramayanam, which are has the Mandukya Upanishad only. Vasishtha and Mandukya Rishi and Gaudapada. They are of the highest order. They to Jagat Nastivadi, Ajata Brahmavadis they are. Unka Vedanta, if you want to understand, you see how much we have to engross in it. If you don't want to understand, leave and go. But if you want to understand, we have to know this. And once we that way put ourselves into this study and start understanding, as much tough and difficult and time taking, life taking, mind blowing it is in the beginning, but as the subject starts entering into us, our outlook of ourselves and all the world changes so much that nothing remains to be any problem to be solved. There's nothing in this world to be achieved. As we are that self, eternal, immutable, birth, deathless, blissful. Those feelings come, which are the lot of the great jnanis, Jivan Muktas. And other than that, there is no way out of the miserable binding world of samsara, even if we achieve many other million things, and even if we spend millions of lives. Ito pakka. There's no other way. Therefore, even if we postpone our mukti for next 10,000 lives, even after 10,000 lives, we have to go through these studies only. And through that, understand the Paramatma Tattva. So why spend this in between 10,000 lives and go through all samsara? Isn't it? That's the wisdom. And I'm not at all guaranteeing you that I'm going to explain to you very simply, easily, like the spoon feeding, because I myself don't understand. I'm only trying. I am not guaranteeing. It's so tough for me. And if it's tough for me to the speaker, how much tough it must be to you. But yet, with the surrender to Bhagavan Vashishtha ji, Bhagavan Vishwamitra ji, Valmiki ji, and Sakshat Ramachandra Bhagavan and our Guru Parampara, we will just put our attempt. At least every day we'll be remembering Sri Ram Paramatma, Vasishtha Bhagavan, Vishwamitra Valmiki ji, and this Mahashastra and some Shabdas we utter. I to feel that itself is a great protection, great punya. And it is Prabhu definitely will empower us with subtlety to understand. And imagine if our intellects somehow are rising to understand the sublime subject of Yoga Vasishtha Maha Ramayanam. What can bind us anymore? All Upanishads are, all Vedantas are, all Vedas are, all of them are engrossed in it, are encrypted in it. So beautiful a text. And we have already seen in the first Vairagya Prakaranam, second Moksha Vihara Prakaranam 2. It was a great, great attempt on our part. Yes, maybe we have not remembered many of the things, but definitely some of them in a subtle form definitely will be there in our heart. And from the lessons learned during those classes and other classes, let us become more serious, sincere, involved in studying this, trying to understand. This much to kar sakte. And I feel for at least first 1 week or so, slowly, steadily we'll go through so that that fear aspect goes away, the habit aspect happens, and the joy aspect comes to us with the understanding aspect. थोड़ा थोड़ा वे हम समझकर वो आनंद को उठाते हुए we will proceed further. There is no hurry, there is nothing to worry about. And for me too, if I am doing only this one text, I would have studied for 5-6 hours and done in a beautiful manner. For that, I have to give all other. No, I have to do the Shankara Grantha after this. दोपहर में मांडुक्य and the Purana and other, सुबह भी गीता and the other one. ये भी पढ़ना पड़ता है. Everything I am doing first time out. So please bear with me, forgive me, and you can laugh at my childishness and in my attempt to study this. And I say it's nobody here as speaker. It is the Rama Bhagavan, Vasishtha Bhagavan, Vishwamitra Bhagavan, Valmiki Bhagavan, Vyasa, Vamadeva, Narada. These great sages only speaking through us. We totally surrender to them. Kaya, Vacha, Manasa, Indriya, Buddhya, Ahankarena. Let them express through us. Because that subject is so sublime, so subtle. Okay, now we are entering into the 13th mantra, chapter. It is called Sarga. Trayodasha Sarga. This Sarga has 54 mantras. Subject is Swayambhu Utpatti Varnanam. Swayambhu Utpatti Varnanam. How the Swayambhu himself expresses. Okay, in the earlier Sarga, Jagad Utpatti is given. In this Sarga, along with Jagad Utpatti, the Swayambhu Utpatti will be told. In that Swayambhu Utpatti, the two things. One is every Jiva or Jiva Bhava. So too, the Swayambhu, the Ishwar. And summary is what? Jiva, Jagadishwara, all the three are Utpanna, created, projected, without being created and projected. That is the crux of this. Without being projected is from the ultimate reality standpoint. But projected or created, that explanation has to be given the process because we are seeing it. We are experiencing it. Therefore, we have to be told about how it has come into manifestation. So, in actuality, it has not been created, but that is how Aghatita Ghatana Patiyasi Maya, the next text which we are going to study, in which the power of Maya will be told to us, same will be repeated through all these chapters. And we will see how much we are able to digest. If not, ओवर डाइजेशन हो गया तो 10 दिन में इसको बंद करके हमारा अगर लायकपन, if it is there for Ramayana, again we will study only Aranyakanda of Tulsi Ramayana or any other. Let us try. 1.5 year we have tried. So Bhagavan blessed us, and I am sure here also he will bless. I am full of apprehension right now, full faith in the Lord at the same time. As it happens, let us watch. Only one mantra today we will study, then we will continue tomorrow. I am starting it. Om Sri Ramachandra Parabrahmane Namaha. Sri Vashishtha Vishwamitra Valmiki Vamadeva Narada Veda Vyasadi Acharyanam Rishibhyo Munibhyo Gurubhyo Devatabhyo Namaha. Om Ada Shri Yoga Vashishtha Maha Ramayanam Utpatthi Prakaranam Sarga SWAYAMBHU Utpatthi Varnanam. Sri Vashishtha Vacha. So Vasishtha ji starts telling to Sri Ramji, and there all his three brothers are seated. Dasharatha ji is seated. Kausalya, Sumitra, Kaikeyi are seated. And then Vishwamitra ji is very much there. Narad ji is there. Vyasa ji is there. Vamadeva ji is there. And then Nabachara, then Mahichara, all the Rishiminis are assembled. So every day Vasishtha ji is teaching, Ramji is listening. First day or it is second day, I think, there. And in that earlier description we saw all the birds, animals, they also have become stand still and silent to listen to this dhyana. And that was such a sublime explanation. If you see those chapters, we have gone through all of them. कि जब इनकी अब कथा शुरू हुई, how every one of them assembled there. So a huge thing from different places, countries, all the Rajas, Maharajas, Brahmanas, Purohitas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, every of the Jignasus have assembled करके कहते वहाँ लिखा था. Okay, now let us start. Shri Vasishta Uvacha. He says, Parame Brahmani Sphare Same Rama Samasthite Anutpanna Navasteja Tamasatta Chidatmani. In the first sloka only, he is clearly telling the main thing, which is really a surprising sentence. But not so to Rama, because he had done to some extent listening and to some extent contemplation. And he has infinite patience to slowly grasp. And he is though just around 16 years only, even less than that. 16 से कम उम्र में. Now, हे राम, वो कहती हूँ, परमे ब्रह्मणि स्वारे समे समस्थिते. The Spuranatmaka, Spara, all pervading, Samastite, which is always stationed in Samastiti, and Same, which is always Samarupa. So Samarupa, Samastita Rupa, Sarvavyapaka, Parabrahma, and Chidatma. These are all the Lakshanas of Parabrahma. On him, Anutpanna Navastejaha Tamasatta. Anutpanna, never got created. What are they? Namaha, Akashaha, Tejaha, the Agni Tattva, Tamaha, Satta, any of the ignorance, etc., and all of their existence. They were never Utpanna, created. There's a difference between creation and projection. Anna? Like in the dream is projection, not clear, not creation. So too, the movie on a screen is a projection, not a creation. So too, at a higher level, Nothing is created by anybody. A pot maker projected the pot on the mud and not created, isn't it? Creation means, see, in Mandukya Upanishad, it is summarized. So beautiful it is. Only two things were told there. What is it? If it had to be created, the creation should be from something which is existing or something which is non-existing. है ना? From something which is already existing, you cannot call it as creation. Because from already existing, how can you call it as creation? You can use some other word. So to from non-existing, how can something be created at all? Simple logic, Vedantaka. If something is itself is non-existing, from that can something be created? No. From already like from the non-existence is the pot created? No. From the mud, the pot cannot be created because mud is already there, no? Then what do you call the pot as? Misused word the creation is. It's not created, it is only imagined, it is only projected. Therefore, creation is never possible. That's why destruction also is never possible. Then what's possible? Projection and rejection. And that projection we call it as creation, the rejection we call it destruction. And with the non-existing creation and rejection or destruction, we are suffering. All the while, there is some reality, which is there, neither created nor destroyed, nor in between modified, as it is. And that is you and I. If we realize that all this play of projection is only entertainment. So, hey Rama, Anutpanna Navastejaha Tamaha Satta Chidatmani. So, all of that is basically not created. Okay. Now, how from that Chit Paramatma only the Jiva Bhava is being projected by its own Sankalpa Shakti. That's what is the explanation here. So, Jiva Sankalpa, thereafter the Buddhi Sankalpa, the Mano Sankalpa, then the Tanmatra Sankalpa, then the Sthula Jagat Sankalpa, all are only Sankalpita, not Nirmita. That is the essence of this particular chapter at the individual level as well as the total. So while listening all this, even a micro is understood. Not understood, never mind. Only this much is kept. There is some reality beyond behind this world. That is real. Our knowledge, conviction about the presence of the substratum reality. If it grows, then we are on the right track. As regards the Jagat, Utpatti, Sthiti, and Upashama explanation is concerned, the Vasishthaji will try so many stories to explain to us. We also will try to understand. Wherever we understood, we understand. Where we not, never mind. In the first round, if we can't, second round, third round, the second round we may do after 10 lives, 20 lives, how does it matter? Don't give any mental conditioning, as I am not put it. Just browse through the mantras and see anything if you can grasp. Like first we have grasped now in that Chidatma, who is Parabrahma, who is Sama, who is Samastita, Idam, everything. Vyoma and Agni are Anutpannam. Literal meaning is understood. Keep it. And on the seat of meditation, when the self is realized, we know that alone is there, there is nothing other than it. If something is there, that is this only with its Maya Shakti appearing like that. Thereafter, the vision, as we just now said, that creation, destruction, something is real that I have to have, all of that notions go away. ये सारे notions का base वो notion. So if the basic notions are gone, all these notions also go. And it's a very sublime knowledge of Vashishtha and Rama level. हम उसको पढ़ रहे हैं छोटे लेवल में है कोई नहीं भगवान वशिष्ठ राम हमको धीरे धीरे तैयार करेंगे राइट नेक्स्ट पूर्वम चेत्यत्व कलनम सतश्चेत्यांशचेतनात् उदेति चित्तकलनं चितिशक्तित्वचेतनात् ततो जीवत्वकलनं चेत्यसंयोगचेतनात् ततोऽस्य मायाकलनं चेत्यैकपरतावशात्. This is how the pure self, from that, as if the separated individualized chetana, from that as if a chitta is projected, identified with which that Paramatma only thinks himself to be the jiva. This is the essence of it. Little more we'll try to discuss tomorrow. Slowly ही हम जाएंगे, कोई टेंशन नहीं, जितना हम पकड़ सकते पकड़े. लिटरल मीनिंग तो समझ सकते ना. The deeper analysis I may not be able to do right now. Wherever it is possible, we do. If not, okay, Vashishtha ji is telling this to Rama. Let us listen. Here we stop today. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri GURUBHYO Namaha. Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu. That's wonderful. Now let us study our Adi Shankara's text for 15 minutes and some Parayana. Happy Dasara to all.